The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. The clouds have gone away. The sun's come out. We're drying out, and it's time for some baseball. OLSH Sports Network's presentation of Charger baseball has the Chargers and the Rams of Southside will do battle here today. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm OLSH. Matt Fargo alongside for the ride today, and we should have a good one. This is section battle, and Matt, I like the way things go the last couple of years, the way WPL has done it with section play where you play them back-to-back. That way you just can't, play your best pitcher each time you play them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. First of all, Al, thanks for having me. Good to be on the air. It's been quite some time since I've done one of these. And
yeah, that's the mic. And then you
Thanks. I'm going to need your coaching throughout this. So I appreciate you and everyone else bearing with me. But happy to have it a postcard perfect day for baseball. Oh. And you were mentioning the series-type setup that high school baseball adopted just a few years ago. And it really hasn't gone that way this year because of all of the rain. So it's exciting to see that the Chargers are, at least the way that the forecast looks, are going to play Southside today and tomorrow and complete their second of the series in conference play. Yeah, well said. The only other team that they've got to do that with was Laurel this year. Everybody else, we're still waiting to play the second game for Freedom from back on March 27th. And every time they schedule it, it rains again. So I guess the Bulldogs and the Chargers are going to have to battle it out for the last game of their series. Well, we sit here at April 15th, Al, and it's already the third wettest April in the western Pennsylvania area since 1901, and we still got some days to go. So we're going to break the record. I think that's probably a foregone conclusion. But despite that, I think it's actually helped the Chargers in a lot of ways in available pitching and the way things are going to fall out, especially you were mentioning that New Brighton game likely going to be bogged down with that Aliquippa and Northgate week. So that's fortunate that they're not getting maybe New Brighton and Seton on the same week or something like that. So sometimes Mother Nature helps you, sometimes Mother Nature hurts you. And for Southside, maybe it's a little bit of the hurt. I mean, they've only played 6 games, and 5 of them have been conference games. Yeah, you see the records up there. By the way, just want to mention this was slated to be a video broadcast. It's not favorable here at Southside to set up the video camera, so it's audio only. So you're not missing anything. It's like a radio broadcast today. But to your point, Matt, yeah, I think the days off have helped the Chargers getting one of their pitchers back this week as well. Isaiah Schultz will be coming back. He's been playing, but he hasn't. He just got cleared to pitch, so that's a good thing for the Chargers. Yeah, slated to get the nod tomorrow at Youthtown, and that's something that we're optimistic in seeing. You know, Isaiah is a great talent, and he actually was doing so well last year in this game. It was actually this game the Chargers lost to Southside here at Southside, really got dominated in the game. I believe it was 14-4 last year. Then they came back to Youthtown, and Isaiah Schultz shut them down in that game one season ago. But that was right before he got injured, and we really didn't get to see the fruits of the rest of that labor. So not in the starting lineup today is Isaiah, but I have a funny feeling we might see him at some point today, even in preparation for tomorrow. Yeah, he's been swinging a good bat as of late. He's batting. There's 3 players on the team batting .500. He's one of the 3. He started out a little bit slow at the plate, striking out a few times. But boy, if he's been hitting the ball, it's usually he's usually hitting safely and getting some good stuff happening for him. So 7 of 21 out of plate appearances. That's it's obviously not a big number. So that goes into what you talk about there. But still an impressive job, and I think that's what I was most impressed with earlier this year when we saw the Chargers when we were doing the games on TV. is what the bottom of the lineup was doing. And when you have some contributions from 6, 7, 8, 9, that's going to make things a lot easier for 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, well, since then he's moved up. He's in like the 6, 7 spot now. So I mean, he didn't move up a lot, but he's up into the meat of the lineup right now, and he's really contributed well. And then he's been playing a lot of first base for the Chargers. So welcome back, Isaiah, on the bump. Look forward to that tomorrow. But today it'll be Santilli on the hill for the Chargers.
Yeah, that's something that Quinn gets an opportunity to rebound. He started in this game. We just mentioned that game a season ago, and Southside's a scrappy group. That don't let this record fool you. That they come to scrap, and Quinn's going to have to lock in and get ahead in counts today. I think that's going to be one of the keys. Certainly, with what you expect from him, he's not going to overpower a ton of guys. He's going to, try to get contact, that weak contact, soft contact, and try to get ahead in counts, and that's what we're going to look from him today.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the type of pitcher when I played that I like to play behind because he kept you on your toes. He's a contact pitcher. He's not going to strike a lot of guys out, but his forte is getting the weak ground balls or the pop-ups, and his fielders appreciate that. It keeps him in the game. He does lead the team, by the way, in ERA with a .724 ERA. So, Quinn, when he does walk people or give up a hit, he's able to keep them from coming around and scoring.
Yeah, I mean, just 7 hits surrendered to this point, 12 strikeouts, and that's second best on the team, only behind Van Cabal's, who has come on strong, and obviously the guy that's more dominant in the radar department. So the great thing about the Chargers, we knew coming into this year, was they're stable in terms of the pitching department, and that's showing, because I think we knew what we were going to get from guys like Isaiah and Quinn, but then having guys like Van step up. Obviously, Brady has done a nice job as well. So, and I also shout out to the freshman Ryan Danino. He's 3-0.
I was just going to say he leads the team in wins. The freshman Ryan Danino. He's got 3 wins for the Chargers, and he's of course he has given up 21 hits, but he's able to get the wins. The little freshman, and what a combo. We talked about it a couple times. I talked about it a couple times with Coach Phil, and he likes bringing Van in, have him pitch with his mid-80s to low 90 fastball, and then you bring the freshman in, all 410 of them, and he throws his junk up there, and the batter's timing is completely off, and that's where he's effective.
We do believe, I was actually talking with Coach McCarron earlier, because I said, when's the last time a freshman had 3 wins? And we started racking our brain. Coach McCarron mentioned Dylan Oshika, who was one of the greatest who's played in the OLSH program, ended up going on to Emory-Riddle University. Shout out to Dylan, but Dylan ended up being one of the all-time winningest pitchers in OLSH history because of what he started as a freshman. Coach McCarron believes he's 3-0. So if Ryan were to get one more win, he could be the winningest freshman pitcher in OLSH history, which would be a pretty cool thing.
And the hopes are high on the freshman in the program, and the entire coaching staff thinks that he's only going to get better. So shout out to him, and who knows, we might even see him today.
Yeah, you never know.
So anyway, we're getting ready. They're taking IO here, so we're getting ready to get things going. But before we do that, let's step aside and pay a couple bills. And we'll talk about the grand giveaway here at OLSH. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Be the coolest guy in your office? Picture it. A new iPhone in one hand, an iPad in the other, plus an Apple Watch and Apple AirPods. Sounds too good to be true, but it is true. All of that can be yours if you enter the OLSH Grand Giveaway. It's like a normal raffle, except it's all online and super easy to enter. Just go to olsh.org/grand giveaway, decide how many entries you want, and boom, you're done. You've entered. You're ready to go. You can purchase entries until 11:59 p.m. on April 17th. And the drawing will be done at the auction for OLSH on April 20th. Now, between you and me, You don't even have to be in attendance to win this prize. If you have any questions, you can email Amy Kavickia at akavickia@olsh.org. So what are you waiting for? Enter the OLSH Grand Giveaway now and support the mission and vision of an OLSH education. Plus, win some really cool stuff.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure and it really just is an amazing experience.
Welcome you back to Hookstown. It's the OLSH Sports Network presentation of Charger Baseball. Southside Rams hosting the Chargers this afternoon with OLSH, Matt Fargo with you. And looking at these two teams now, Chargers 5-3 overall, 4-0 in Section 2 and 2A, and Southside 3-3 overall, 2-3 in Section 2. Right now, Southside sits in the 5 spot in the section. The Chargers tied for first with Seton LaSalle. Seton is 5-1 overall and 4-0, as are the Chargers. The other teams sandwiched in between the Rams and the Chargers. Freedom at 2-1 and 4-3 overall. Laurel is 2-2 and 3-2 overall. Of course, the only two losses to the Spartans ledger are 2 losses to the Chargers. Or 1 loss to the, 2 losses to the Chargers.
Right, yeah.
Lost 2 to the Chargers.
Yeah, they swept them.
Yep.
And to tack on what you were just talking about there, Matt, the Chargers, according to the PG, ranked 5th in WPIL in 2A. So Coach McCarron has his team playing well again. A couple losses, but to a couple really good teams they've lost to, so nothing to look down and be down about. So the Chargers playing well here recently, so let's see if it can continue here. As you said, as I don't want to say sore spot, but it's almost a little bit of a revenge factor here. It's coming back to Southside.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Chargers managed to get a little bit of revenge, beating them in the second game of the series last year. But it was one of those things where, Southside came out, they got hot, they got 4 runs in the first inning, and in baseball we've seen that time and time again. It's tough when you get behind that early and you're digging yourself out of a hole, and you grab the bat a little tighter. Everything becomes a little bit more pressurized, and Chargers want to be able to be relaxed. It's a beautiful day, so I feel like that's a part of this. And talking to Phil McCarron before the game, he had another good factor of this makes baseball easier when you've been practicing out in this crappy weather for the last couple weeks and playing in bad weather. Then you get a day like today, makes things feel a little bit better. The joints feel a little bit better when you get something like this. Nice breeze coming through, as you'll probably get to experience through the microphones for the better part of the broadcast. But
I'll take it.
Yes. Chargers rocking the purple jerseys today with white numerals and gold trim. And Southside in the black jerseys.
Gray pants.
Gray numbers.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm liking these uniforms. I'm liking the new black hats. I'm hoping they wear them tomorrow with the logo, OLSH logo on the front of it, in these purple ones that they're wearing today. But
hoping to get out to Youth Town for the first time tomorrow too. So looking forward to.
Grant and I will bring you that one.
Yeah,
we'll be on the PA mic. But hey, let's look at the starting lineup here for the Chargers as our Chargers are on the field taking IO right now. And they start off with Geno Williams, the junior, is at shortstop. He leads off, followed by the catchers. If stop me when this lineup sounds familiar. Brandon Burzell behind the dish. The senior will bat second. In right field, it's the sophomore Owen Minzer. He bats third. In the cleanup spot is the senior second baseman Brady Burzell. Over at third base, the junior Sean Hudak will bat fifth. On the first base today is the big junior Van Cables. He bats sixth. Batting in the seventh spot is the designated hitter Chad Minton, the sophomore. He bats for the senior Braden Wetling, who plays out in left field. The pitcher today is Quinn Santelli, senior. He bats in the eighth spot, and batting ninth, playing in center field, is junior Anthony Hansen. Again, for the Chargers, it's Williams, Brandon Burzell, Minzer, Brady Burzell, Hudak, Cables, Minton, Santelli, and Hansen. Lineup is put in and coached by Coach Phil McCarron. So usual suspects, changing around a little bit. Cables and Santelli moving around a bit because of a lot of times Cables is the designated hitter, and with Schultz not starting today, Cables gets the start on first base.
Yeah, that's something that the Chargers need at times to see who they were going to work over there. I think that's a good thing. It's having availability and having guys that they could plug in, especially at that first base position, because both Van and Isaiah are pitchers. So that goes without saying. Yeah,
and they can both probably, depending on the pitching, that's who they can put in. They could put in as a designated hitter as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, the Chargers, the interesting thing about the early part of this season, Matt, for the Chargers is the underclassmen that have been chipping in and contributing. Chad Minton getting some big hits in a couple games. Owen Minzer is pretty much taken over in right field. He's gotten some big hits, and the sophomore batting in the third spot, so that tells you a lot about what he's been doing. Things like that have really helped the Chargers, especially when Cables or Hudak or one of the big guys get into a little slump, which they're, nobody is hot all the way through the year, but the underclassmen able to step in and chip in and contribute.
And that's what part of a program is. It's those young guys being able to fill in the spots that have been left from the seniors of past, and it's been something that Phil McCarron has done for as long as I've seen him as the man. It's actually, I always come with a nugget, Al, and I'm going to share a nugget with you. And talking with Phil McCarron, he said this was the first place he ever coached an OLSH baseball game. He was an assistant coach here he was assistant coach with the Chargers, but they played Southside his first ever game. Kenny LaQuinta was the head coach at the time. Phil was an assistant, nice. And the Chargers ended up losing to Southside. That was back in 2004. For those of you keeping track at home. So kind of a funny, though, anecdote of randomness.
20 years in the program then.
Right.
Yeah, so nice. But, yeah, it's I just can't get over the weather. There's not a cloud in the sky over the field here, and the only thing that makes it tough is seeing our screens on the computer. But I'll take it. There's no doubt about that. Oh, well, we got time. Why don't we look at the starting lineups for Southside? Again, I got to get the screen. Here we you go. You want to do the?
Sure. Leading off for Southside is center fielder Tyler Staub. He'll be followed by shortstop R.J. Fisher. Carter Wilson bats at the 3 spot. He'll be on the bump for the Rams, followed by cleanup man and first baseman Casey Lewis. Jacob Ziegler will be the catcher and bat 5th, followed by the man of the 6 spot, second baseman Ryder Go. Andrew Medea, the right fielder, will bat 7th, followed by the 8th man, third baseman Cole McCoy. And Eric Conti, the left fielder, bats in the 9th spot. Starting lineup again for the Rams: Staub, Fisher, Wilson, Lewis, Ziegler, Go, Medea, McCoy, and Conti.
Okay, that's lineups given to us by manager. I don't know, baseball, they still say head coach. To me, baseball is a manager. It's
a funny story about that.
It's Craig Campbell. So,
and his first year at Southside.
Yeah.
He's in his opening year, of course. Coach McCarron and Campbell exchanging conversation before today. And yeah, there's a funny story I tell with the Chargers. Coach McCarron is one of the most organized people that I know. You are also up there too, by the way, partner. But there just a meticulation from Coach McCarron and everything he does, and that includes being the religion chair at Our Lady of the Sacred Heart and all of that. But his lineups, there's intention with everything that he does. And one year, I want to say this was back in 2014 or 15, something like that, maybe 16, somewhere in there. And the lineup, the roster comes out, and it says head coach Phil McCarron, and lists the managers who were two girls,
like student managers, right?
Girls who went to the school. And I, in my joking way, went up to Coach McCarron and I said, "Did they make the lineup card? Do they give it to you?" And like just kind of poking fun at him. And like literally the next game, new roster comes out and it says manager Phil McCarron.
That's nice, yeah. But, yeah, in high school, everybody talked to, oh, he's the head coach. Oh, in baseball or softball, you mean the manager. Yeah.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But I get it because you got the student managers in a lot of teams, and I don't even think the Chargers have managers this year, student managers.
Not that I know of.
No. So, anyway, that's a cool story. It's another good nugget. Sometimes
you get a couple over the years, but no, that's that one was one of my favorites.
Anyway, we're back on the air tomorrow. These same two teams will collide out at Youthtown at 5:30. That one will have video for you. Grant Kalich will be in the booth with me, and we'll bring you all the action there. And while we're at it, why don't we tell you about some stuff at OLSH. Hey, get your Charger essentials at www.olshgear.com. Anything from T-shirts, pajama pants, hats. Hey, we got you covered. Gear up with the latest in Charger fashion to support your favorite teams this spring sports season. Also, online bidding for the auction for OLSH is now open. Don't miss out on your chance to win great prizes like a Riverhounds VIP experience, a chance to throw out the first pitch at a Washington Wild Things game, exclusive concert tickets, vacations, and so much more. Bidding closes on Saturday, April 20th at 9:30 p.m., so don't delay. Go to www.olsh.org/auction to start your bidding.
It's coming up, Al.
Coming up this next weekend. Next weekend, a little dabble do ya. Busy week here on the OLSH Sports Network. If the weather holds up, we'll have 4 games for you today, tomorrow, Wednesday, 3 days in a row. We get Thursday off. I'm going to go hit the little white ball and chase it around the field, and then
that could be baseball too, Al.
I'm going to kill all the Gophers.
Okay, all right.
If you get my little pun there. And then we'll come back Friday with another game. That one is the girls softball. We're going to be down at Bentworth, which should be a good one. I'm told that they have a freshman pitcher down there softball pitcher that's they're already getting looks at from D1 schools.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, should be interesting. Coach Doc Quinn was telling me, he said should be a good one against Bentworth.
Speaking of D1, another congrats to Van Cable's. Another offer on the table for football. Air Force offered up to Van, so congrats to him. Yeah.
That's a beautiful campus out there in Colorado. I mean, that's
the nicest thing you'll hear a Navy man say anything about Air Force.
everything the Air Force does is nice. So it's country club living. So
yeah.
I mean, when I was in the Navy and down in Florida, I had to go to get a MAC flight out of Eglin Air Force Base, and I had to get there overnight because the flight was at like 0600 at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I knew. And I was in Pensacola, and that's about an hour drive, 45 minutes an hour drive. So they put me up. I stayed in the transient barracks in Eglin Air Force Base. I would pay rent and live there. it was beautiful.
So the stereotype is true, is what you're telling.
It's definitely true, yeah. If you're going to join the service, I mean, I'm a Navy guy, and I'll tell you to go join the Navy, but if you have toss-ups and have second thoughts, Air Force is the way to go, brother.
Well, Van said he enjoyed it. He said he likes it, so certainly a lot of decisions he's going to have to make in his future.
Yeah, well, the second best academy is Annapolis. That's beautiful down there, too, but Colorado, the Air Force Academy, can't be beat. So, yeah, good luck and congratulations.
Yeah.
So, almost ready. The Chargers have cleared the field. And I don't know if – oh, yeah, I see the umpire standing back there, so won't be long now. Chargers the visitors today, so they will get the first try at pitcher Wilson. Carter Wilson, the junior hurler for the Rams.
Wilson comes in with an ERA of 2.55, 2 appearances and 1 save for the junior.
I'm just looking at the dimensions when I got here, Matt. This is a large field. It's 330 down the 2 lines, 380 dead center. So if you're going to hit one over the fence, you're going to have to poke it.
Yeah, and I forgot my tape measure because I'd like to take one out there to 380 and make it looks like a lot further than 380.
Yeah, it does.
It takes quite a poke.
We're set up down the first, actually right across from first base, right by the coach's box. So, yeah, I got here and I was like, whoa, it's a poke to get it out. I said, I'm not set. I was thinking, maybe I'll go out down one of the lines like I did at Freedom. Nope. I need my binoculars to call a game. So
there was a gentleman sitting down at the 330 sign in the outfield.
Yeah,
so
down the left field side,
he probably needs some binoculars. Fans starting to file in and with their folding chairs here at Southside as Chargers and Rams meet at home plate for ground rolls.
I imagine they got a few here. There's a ball inside the fence here. It's left out here. I don't know which team, but that one will have to be picked up. But I'm excited, man. It's like calling a baseball game. Don't have to bundle up and worry about the rain hitting you. I mean, even our last softball game, Grant and I had to find something to cover the equipment because it was spitting and sprinkling and on and off, and no worry about that today.
Yeah, I think we all need to be grateful that it was rain for the last 15 days and not snow, because I don't think we would have played the spring season if it would have snowed.
I was talking, we'd still be shoveling.
Yeah.
But I was talking to the grounds crew guy, and he said this morning he came out and put the tractor on the field, and it just sunk. So he says he's amazed at how it looks. The field looks good. I don't know how it's playing, but it looks good.
Yeah, and it got up there in temperature yesterday, so that probably helped things. And at least, you're not backtracking yourself,
But I was worried about the rain last night,
right?
Because I don't know about out here in Hookstown, but I know in Coriopolis it pounded for about 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, it came down hard. A little bit of wind, but it was more the rain. And with everything else we had, I was thinking, oh, boy, it's just going to settle and we might not play tomorrow.
Right.
But not to be.
No.
Boy, this meeting at the plate's taking a long time. Oh, here we go, finally. The handshakes.
The Brazils and Quinn were the captains out there with Coach McCarron.
It's nice to have them with their numbers on because that way you can.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Brandon. So, all right, here we go. The Rams take the field. I'll get the umpire's attention. Tell him there's a ball over here.
Take another look at the defensive alignment for the Rams.
You got that.
Go around the horn. It's Medea out in. Well, maybe I should start in left. How about Conti in left? Staub in center and Medea in right. And, of course, around the horn in the infield. McCoy at third. Shortstop is Fisher. Second baseman is Go. And the first baseman is Lewis. Starting pitcher, we talked about him. Casey Lewis, or I beg your pardon, Carter Wilson. Starting pitcher. Wilson, and he'll be throwing to Ziegler behind the dish. Now take a look at Phil McCarron's lineup card. Leading off, shortstop Gino Williams, followed by catcher Brandon Brazell. Owen Minzer bats third and plays out in right field, followed by second baseman Brady Brazell. Sean Hudak bats fifth, the third baseman. First baseman Van Cabal's in the sixth spot, followed by designated hitter Chad Minton. And then it's the 8-hitter Quinn Santelli who will be on the bump for the Chargers, followed by 9-hitter center fielder Anthony Hansen. Sam Zyril in the Chargers first base coach's box. Of course, Phil McCarron over at third.
Gino Williams leads it off for the Chargers. Done a great job in the leadoff spot this year so far.
And here's Gino. Wilson set to deliver the opening pitch on a postcard perfect day for baseball in Hookstown. And it gets all the way back to the screen, hits the backstop. Wild pitch for Wilson. 1-0. 1 ball, no strike pitch to Williams. Taken up in the zone, 2-0. Williams, you mentioned doing well, batting .452. Takes a called strike, 2-1. 14 hits. Another one in low, 3-1. And the leadoff man of the contest, Chargers Gino Williams. 3-1 pitch. Fouled straight back, and the count runs full. That's what you want that leadoff man to do.
Yep, work the pitch count up. And Gino doesn't walk that much for a leadoff hitter. He's only got 3 walks on the season, so look for something to happen here on this pitch.
Williams settles into the right-hander's batter's box and awaits the pitch from the righty. Takes this one out to right center field. Center fielder calling off the right fielder and will make the catch first out of the ball game. Credit goes to center fielder Tyler Staub. That will bring up Brandon Burzell. Burzell stands in as the number 4 square off. First pitch, swing and a miss. Out in front of that one is Burzell, and the count 0-1. Brandon Burzell batting .478. 11 hits. 6 of them singles, 5 of them doubles. So he takes called strike 0-2. Ball on the outside half of the plate. Here's the no ball, 2-strike pitch to Brandon Burzell. Grounded to third. Up with it is the third baseman McCoy. He'll throw on to first. And Casey Lewis for the second out of inning number 1. Owen Minzer, Charger right fielder, will try to get something going here in the top of inning number 1. First pitch, called a strike. This time went inside on Minzer. Minzer, 31 plate appearances. Fouls that one off and gets in the hole 0-2 here. Batting .241, has 7 hits on the season, 6 of them singles.
It seems like when he gets a hit, though, it's a huge hit for the Chargers.
Yeah, it's timely.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'll take this one foul behind McCarron in the third base coach's box. Stays alive at 0-2 with 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Rams and Chargers. First of a 2-game series this afternoon at Hookstown. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Carter Wilson. Popped fair territory. Second baseman calling off the first baseman. And Ryder Go retires the side of the Chargers in order. 1-2-3. Chargers go quietly in the first. And Southside's opportunity, their first crack at it. As we go to the bottom of the first inning here on the OLSH Sports Network. Reminder that students entering grades K through 12 are invited to explore a variety of summer camps at Our Lady of the Sacred Heart High School. Check out offerings and view camp descriptions at olsh.org/apps/pages/summer camp.
Nicely done.
Out of practice, Al. It's been a while. But we had to keep the streak going.
Yeah.
Look around the defensive alignment for the Chargers. And as Al pulls that up, I'll tell you about the man on the bump. That's Quinn Santelli, starting pitcher for the Chargers. Santelli has pitched 9 2/3, and that ERA still under 1, 0.724. And around the outfield we will go. Out in left, it is Braden Wetling. Center fielder is Anthony Hansen, and the right fielder is Owen Minzer. And across the infield at third base, Sean Hudak. The shortstop, Gino Williams. Second baseman, that'll be manned by Brady Burzell. And the first baseman is Van Kables. And Quinn will be tossing to Brandon Burzell behind the dish. Tyler Staub, your leadoff man for Southside. Staub batting .429 on the season. Santilli deals. Skies this one out to left field. Shallow left field. Wentling floating around there and reaches back behind his ear and makes the catch for the first out. One pitch or two pitches, one out.
That's what you like to see. Efficiency.
R.J. Fisher, the shortstop for Southside. First pitch from Santilli. The right-hander fires into the righty and a called strike on the inside portion of the plate. A 1 out to right center. Right fielder actually comes right to him. Just a few steps from Minzer, and he'll make the catch for out number 2 on the line out.
Was that for efficiency? 4 pitches.
It's tough to judge where the ball's actually going when you're going down the line here.
Yeah, through the chain link fence.
That too. Spoiled now.
Yeah, I know.
Ball taken in the dirt. Ball 1 to Carter Wilson. The pitchers do battle here. 1 ball, no strike pitch from Santilli. Inside 2-0. 2-0 pitch misses high, and it's 3-0. Win Santilli in his senior season. 13 deals on a 3-0. 4-pitch walk. Get the 2 outs relatively quick, then issue a free pass to Carter Wilson, which will bring up the cleanup man, first baseman Casey Lewis. Two big fellas at first base, Al, with Cables
and
Carter Wilson. First pitch from Santilli in the dirt. Ball 1 to Lewis, but ball 5 in a row from Santilli. A pickoff attempt at first base. Diving back on the head first slide was Carter Wilson.
Quinn brought that over with a little bit of pace. It wasn't just a lob throw over.
No. Trying to get somebody napping. 2-0. That one misses low again for Quinn.
Or as they say at Texas A&M, ball 6.
Right. Oh, man, that really could get into the head of a pitcher. This one lifted out to center field. Hansen back on his horse. It's over his head. It's going to roll shy of the fence. It's going to score a run. And on his horse to third is Lewis. The throw is late. It's a RBI triple for Casey Lewis. And it's 1-0 Southside of the first.
Looked like to me, Matt, where Hansen's took us initially came in, and those line drives right at you in center field. You have a tendency to do that, and that was enough to get it over his head. Triple, and it's 1-0.
And you know what? I think that it's also a potion of as Jacob Ziegler comes to the plate, takes a called strike. We were just talking about that was 6 balls in a row from Santilli. Now he's just wanting to throw one to get one over. Well, you throw one, you get one over the heart of the plate, and that's what ends up happening. That one misses. Count 1-1 to the Rams catcher.
All day, Case.
Another runner stands 90 feet away is the other issue for Santilli with 2 outs. Lewis stands at third base. 2-1 is the pitch to Ziegler, missed again. This one's well hit into the gap in left field, and it is a RBI single for Jacob Ziegler, 2-0 Southside, and almost deja vu of the way that last year's game started, where they scored 4 runs in the first inning. Now it's 2-0.
Yeah.
Pickoff attempt at first base, and no problem to get back for Ziegler. On the half-hearted swing, a strike called to Ryder Go, second baseman for Southside. Until he retired the first 2 guys of this order in 5 pitches, and then the dreaded 2-out walk, followed by a triple and a single, have the Rams up 2-0. 2 away, still here in the bottom of the first inning. Up in the zone as Go had to turn his head away from that one. Santilli called a strike. 2-2. The Ryder Go.
You gotta protect now.
2-2 pitch.
Load up.
Runner on with 2 away and misses the run the count full. Medea is on deck for Southside. Pickoff attempt at first base, and back in time is Ziegler.
Ziegler, the freshman catcher for Southside.
Check swing, it rolls foul or fair to Santilli, and he fires over to Cables at first base to get the out. An excuse me swing, but gets the Chargers out of any more damage happening. But 2 come in, and through 1, it's Southside 2, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart nothing here on the OLSH Sports Network.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Don't you go away. We got more baseball coming up. 2-0 Southside over the Chargers.
Welcome back to Hookstown. Southside has a 2-0 lead over the Chargers after 1 inning of play, and just something about this field. I don't know what it is, Al. It's, we talked about in the pregame, this Southside athletically, this could go across all sports. They're just scrappy. They have the will to win. They know how to win. Football was very successful this past year. Went to the WPIAL championship. We saw what they've done in basketball and being well coached there. I mean, just a few years ago, we had a bunch of teams from our section in the state playoffs. That's what they do here.
Yep. I don't know. After that first inning, what happened last year here, I'm looking for that little doll with the pins. I don't. There's just something about this field.
Yeah. Let's see. The Chargers can right the ship here in the second. Brady Brazell leads things off here at the top of the second. First pitch was able to hold back. They'll check down to first. Umpires confirm no swing, 1-0 to Brady. 1-0 pitch. Gets away. It's a pass ball on freshman catcher there, Ziegler. 2-0. to the Chargers' second baseman. And he takes this pitch, popped up, headed for foul territory, and it's going to get out. Hits off the batting cage down the shallow right field line here over towards us. We are right even with the first base bag.
Looking right down to second, yep. Right in the back of Coach Sam Zyrol at first base.
2-1. Lifted on a line to right and right in front of the right fielder. It's a leadoff single for Brady Burzell, and that's the way you want to get it started.
Yep.
And with Sean Hudak to the plate. Carter Wilson toes the rubber. Brady gets his lead off of first base. Wilson set to deliver the first to the long-haired Sean Hudak. Called a strike.
Sean batting .409 on the season.
A 1 pitch. Popped up in the infield. Second baseman Go is calling for it. He'll make the catch. And retreating back to the first base bag is Burzell. One away. And here's Van Caballs in a homecoming for Van. Of course, grew up in this area and transferred from Southside to OLSH as a freshman. Swing and a miss, strike one. Remember, he got a great opportunity at Youthtown to play against a lot of his buddies as a pitcher. Came in a big situation and was able to deal out of danger. A 1 pitch, swung on a miss, strike two, 0-2.
One looked like a little bit off speed on that one. He was out in front of that one.
Look back at first base from Wilson, and now ready to deal. An 0-2 pitch. Runner takes off for second. Called strike three. Throw down to second is into center field, and Burzell's going to take off for third, and he'll be standing up there. So a productive strikeout of sorts for Van ends up being a two-base error for the overthrow.
Yeah, give him a stolen base.
Stolen base.
I think he'd have beat that, and then the error.
Error for move over to third.
Exactly.
That will bring up designated hitter Chad Minton. Minton takes the first pitch he sees and fouls it back into the cage. 0-1. Two away, runner on third. Minton at the plate. Chargers trying to get one back here, trailing 2-0 in the second. Offered at, runner kicks away, ball kicks away. Here comes the runner to the plate. He'll come in and score standing. Brady Burzell gets the Chargers on the board on a wild pitch. And I think Ziegler kind of was nonchalantly headed back to that ball, didn't realize Burzell had broke for the plate.
I believe he called that a ball, did he not?
He did. Strike three, and
oh, maybe he didn't.
it's going to complete the strikeout for Wilson and end the inning. But the Chargers unconventionally get a run in the second as the leadoff single by Burzell, then a stolen base, an error, and a wild pitch get a run in. And through an inning and a half, it's Southside 2, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart 1 on the OLSH Sports Network.
Hey, did you know that you can earn money for OLSH Athletics when you purchase gift cards through Raise Right? Athletic General Fund receives a percentage of each physical and e-gift gift card bought by our program participants. If you have any questions or want to learn more, email sstuckman@olsh.org. That's SSTUCKEMAN@olsh.org.
7, 8, 9 due up in the bottom of inning number 2 here at Southside, 2-1. Rams have the lead, scored 2 in the first. Andrew Medea comes to the plate, the right fielder for the Rams. First pitch is knuckled foul, bouncing in front of Cables, who was trying to get it. It was kind of in that no man's land, right parallel to the pitcher's mound in the foul territory up the first baseline.
Well, the Chargers will be able to chip away and get one back there in the top of the second.
Pitch 22 from Centilli is fouled back off the screen.
It's an awesome app, isn't it?
Oh, man, that's great. I don't know why I'm doing a book. And one misses low, 1-2. Andrew Medea. And it plunks him right in the back. It's batsman for Centilli.
That's his second hit batsman on the year.
Colt McCoy takes a called strike. Throw down a first, and I thought he overswung.
I thought he did too, Matt.
Yep.
We're right here. The umpire was blocked out by the base runner, but I think his hand was off and got tagged, and I think he got away with one there. Strike one.
Can't fault the umpire there. I mean, he can't see everything.
Nope.
Another pickoff attempt,
and they got him.
Oh, wow.
That was the Revlon call right there. So that erases the leadoff base runner.
That's the worst way to get picked off after getting hit. Ball misses outside. It's 1-1 to McCoy. Swinging through that one. Quinn gasses it up there. Late to arrive with the fastball. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First K of the day for Quinn. 2 away in the second. And 9-hitter Eric Conti to the plate. Missing upstairs, 1-0 for Conti. This one's well struck to center field. Hansen ranging back and on the back pedal makes the catch to retire the Rams in order. 1, 2, 3 in the second through 2. It's the Rams 2, the Chargers 1 on the O Sports Network.
Hey, save the date and join us for a day of golf and fun as our boys basketball team hosts their annual golf outing out at Black Hawk Golf Course in Beaver Falls, Sunday, May 19th. They will include continental breakfast, catered lunch, skilled competitions. You can visit www.olshathletics.org and check out the fundraiser section for more information. If you get a chance, go ahead and do it. It's a barrel of fun. I'm usually there every year. I won't be there this year, but I'll be out of town. But
And I'll be there.
Matt will be there. So sign up and have lunch and breakfast with Matt.
You got to encourage people to go out.
Oh, boy.
Rick Romsberg's going to want to have a word with you now.
Yeah, people don't want. Yeah, they want to come out and meet you.
I'm sure I'll see a lot of familiar faces. Normally do. Wasn't able to make it last year.
Yeah, Grant was telling me on the softball game, last one we did, that I didn't realize he was running. He was not running, but he was one of the guys at the longest marshmallow drive.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. So he was telling me, he says, the first person that did it won. He hit it the furthest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it's first person, first group. Somebody in the first group. Well, yeah.
Well, it'll be 8-9-1 due up here in the third. Chargers trail by 1. Back to work for Carter Wilson. Wilson gasses it up, missing low for 1-0 to Quinn Santelli. That was pitch 25 for Wilson. Here's 26. And it's piped in there for a called strike, 1-1.
Yeah, it's great. Wish I had it right. Oh, I'll have to go up and get it.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Up in the zone, 2-1.
Yeah, that one looked like he tried to throw a breaking ball, just spun out of his hands there, didn't get anything on it. Stayed upstairs.
That one misses low.
That one came with a little bit of gas. Whoops.
It seems like Wilson's getting a little bit more velocity now. And
yeah. He's getting into it. He's loosening up a little bit.
Third inning
finding
of
the
work.
rhythm. Yep.
3-1 pitch to Santelli. Called a strike at the knees.
Full count. Quinn Chargers been doing good this year of extending at bats, getting the pitchers to throw.
3-2. Goes for it. Strike 3 on the pitch down low in the zone. 1 away here in the third.
Third strikeout for Wilson.
All in a row here. He struck out
3 in a row, yeah.
6, 7, and 8 batters. And now here's 9 at Anthony Hansen.
Yeah, first time he gets to go against the lefty, so we'll see what happens.
Mutton shown, and then that one kicked off the glove of Ziegler and bounced back towards the backstop. One ball, no strike pitch to Hansen. Swings through that one.
That was a good cut. Just come up empty.
One and one. Bunt is shown and is fouled down the third baseline and ricochets off the fence. Chargers in the third base dugout, south side down here in the first base line. Same with the groups of fans. So I'm sure we're entertaining all the south side fans today.
At least we know we're getting the names right. They would tell us about it.
No question. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and there's the 4th K in a row for Wilson. 2 away here in the third, and the top of the order for the Chargers. There's Gino Williams, 0 for 1 today. And Ziegler's having some problems with his glove and capturing a couple of those.
He's
looking at his glove right now.
He's starting to remind me a lot of the. Did you watch any of the Phillies and the Pirates and Rio Muto?
Yeah,
got nailed by a fastball on his wrist, on his glove hand.
This one's popped up out of play.
It's over our head, Matt. Get it.
Count 1-1 to Williams.
Williams flew out to center field his first time.
Wilson set to deal a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch. Righty toes the rubber and deals. Delivers a strike, 1-2.
Go, Carter.
1-2 pitch is mashed into left center field, and it ricochets off the center fielder's glove. Williams is circling to second and standing there. But it went right off of Tyler Staub's glove. He had it in his opportunity there, and
see what the official score gives him.
I'd be surprised. Yeah, reaches on air. Error on Staub.
Second error of the game for Southside.
Well struck ball by Williams.
Yeah. Both of his.
Yeah.
Now Brandon Burzell.
0 for 1 today, grounded to third. Back of the first inning, the Chargers went 1-2-3 in the first. Now the error by Staub, and Chargers have the tying run at second base. And a run producer at the plate, and Brandon Burzell. What you drawing up here? Wilson looks back at Williams and now deals to Burzell, who fouls it off. 0-1. Brandon batting .478 coming into today. 5 doubles.
Leads the team in doubles, yeah.
Leads the team in walks as well.
Yep.
10.
10. Time called.
Does have 4 RBIs on his ledger. No one's in the dirt. Nice block there by Ziegler. Give credit where credit's due when it does all work. That's a tough pitch. That's a fastball that's headed right for the dirt.
Keep in mind, Ziegler just a freshman,
right.
So learning as he goes.
Best way to learn.
Yep. OJT, baby.
And this senior catcher in the batter's box knows a thing or two about that.
Yeah.
That one's in the dirt.
Another nice scoop. 2-1.
Keeping Williams at second base. 2 away. Tying run at second. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch. Wilson to Burzell. Popped up, looped, headed for out of play. It actually stayed in play and hit right off the fence. Third baseman McCoy wasn't able to find it. Looking right up into a blue sky and ended up hitting right off the fence. I don't know that even if he would have identified where it was right away, he would have been able to get there.
No, that wasn't that high. It was just a little humpback liner almost.
Count goes to 2-2. Long look back at Williams, and now he'll set it and throw. And this one is chopped. Weakly hit the short. Throw is in time. The shortstop waited on it, and Fisher, and it still was enough to beat out Burzell as he throws over to Lewis to end the inning. So Southside holds the Chargers off in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Southside still leads it 2-1 here on the OLSH Sports Network. Bottom of the third we go. Chargers trail the Rams 2-1 and just 3 combined hits. Southside with the 2 errors in this one. But they have the 1-run lead.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And that's baseball.
That's what we do it. That's the beauty of baseball. There's no clock. And you don't have to get hits to score runs. It helps.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Nope.
It'll be the top of the order for Southside to get things going here in the third. Tyler Staub will lead things off as Quinn Santelli goes back to work. 30 pitches in 2 innings. Not terrible, not perfect, but manageable.
Yep, serviceable. Tyler Staub flew out to left field. Braden Wetling able to make the out there to lead off the game for Southside. See what he can do here in the third.
Santelli plays with the ball before awaiting the batter. Staub getting into the batter's box and swings and misses. Santelli quickly back, delivers, and another half-hearted swing there by Staub. 0-2.
Yeah, it almost like he was fooled on that pitch, Matt.
Yeah.
Because he started swinging. It was like a swing. He's like, I better swing at this because it's a strike.
So Quinn gets ahead quickly. Quick work, Quinn. Got him chasing one in the zone. It will have to be a 2-3 finish of that strikeout. Second one of the day for Quinn. But that was almost, I mean, for what Staub did even in his first plate appearance, got a good piece of it. That pitch wild.
Yeah.
As Brazil couldn't find it for Fisher. Fisher 0 for 1 today. Lined out to right field.
Yeah, he got good composite on his last at bat. Lined it out there to Owen Minzer.
That one's also off in the zone. 2-0.
As Bob Bucher would say, just a bit outside.
This is grounded foul down the third base line. 2-1. Amazing that he is still calling baseball games, Al, on one of the all-time greats.
I know, yeah.
But
up there
they
in Milwaukee
essentially have a situation where if he shows up, he gets to call the game. Like that.
How's that for a gig?
Right. If you want to show up to work today, you can, and you can call baseball as one of the all-time greats.
Swing and a miss by Fisher, and the count's even now.
And then he gets him chasing one well low in the zone. So Quinn's got something working, that getting these hitters to go after this stuff in the basement. Although Fisher was able to chip that one foul. That looked like what you're going to do on Thursday, Al.
I'm hoping. Because he hit that one nice. little chip shot onto the green.
This one's looped out to right field. Underneath it, Minzer makes the catch out in right. 2 away here in the third. So Santilli did what he did in the first inning, which is retire the top 2 men in the ball game. And then he walked this man and Carter Wilson, who skies this one out into foul territory. Just a long strike.
Well, he ran a long way for that one. Couldn't catch up to it, luckily for the Chargers. Ends up falling safely into the grass in foul territory. He is a tall drink of water, isn't he?
He is. I saw him standing next to Van when he walked in the first. I went, yeah, that's not, you don't see that every day.
He's legit.
Yep. Wilson walked and came in to score in the first inning, and he takes a ball in the dirt. 1-1. That was Santilli's 40th pitch of the ball game. Nice block by Burzell, but in the dirt nonetheless. 2-1. That 2-out walk to Wilson was followed by the Casey Lewis triple. Ball taken there, took something off of it, and Wilson laid off of it for a called strike. And here's the 2-2 pitch from Santilli. Laced into left center field. It gets into the gap. It goes off the wall. And the relay throw will keep Wilson at second with a 2-out double.
Boy, he got all that one, put it right. He just split the gap between left and center.
And Casey Lewis to the plate. And Lewis is 1 for 1 today with a triple and a run scored. This is where the damage was done. And the Rams threatening again with 2 away. They scored their first 2 runs with 2 outs in the first. And here's Santilli's first pitch to Lewis. Low for ball 1. Santilli looks back at the runner at second base and deals. 2-0. Misses low and outside. Pickoff attempt at second. Back in time is Wilson, sliding back in with the one hand.
The Patton and Charger move. They've made it work a couple times this year already.
That one piped right in there by Quinn for a called strike. Like going right at him there. In the hole, behind the count, 2-0, and then just gets one over. There's another one over for a called strike, and Quinn has battled back to even the count at 2-2. 2 away, runner on second.
The mighty Quinn. Can he do it? He steps off. He's going to reset.
Yeah, Lewis stepped out. Quinn Santilli to Casey Lewis. 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul.
Pick it up.
As that one was thinking about, the grass here goes right up against the foul line, essentially.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of room between the foul line and the grass where the grass starts. So the grass could educate a ball in a different direction.
That's right.
Swing and a miss, a high heater by Santilli. And he gets the strikeout to hold off any more Rams runs. As we go to the 4th inning, Southside 2, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart 1, here on the OLSH Sports Network.
Hey, enter for your chance to win the Ultimate Apple Package valued at $3,000. One lucky winner will receive the latest iPhone, iPad, AirPods, and Apple Watch. Sweepstakes entries are 10 for $20, 28 for $50, 50 for $75, and 80 for $100. The sweepstakes is part of our annual auction fundraiser, which celebrates the mission and vision of OLSH. Funds raised from this giveaway and the auction provides support for students' financial aid and our academic, athletic, and arts programs. For more information and to purchase your entries, visit www.olsh.org/grand giveaway.
Top of inning number 4. Southside with the 2-1 advantage over OLSH. Chargers trying to keep that Section 2 undefeated record intact coming into today, 4-0. Southside's already dropped 3 games in Section 2 play. They could certainly shake up things in the standings.
Yeah, they lost 2 to Laurel, and that's it in section. Oh, and Freedom.
Yep,
Freedom.
I said the math isn't math in there. and that's kind of what this section has done the last few years, Al.
Beat each other up.
Beat each other up. The Chargers have already taken 2 from Laurel. Southside has lost to Laurel, but
we've taken 1 from Freedom. Still trying to play that second one.
Taken 1 from New Brighton. There's Owen Minzer leading things off here in the 4th. Called a strike on the inside portion of the plate. Minzer kind of pulled himself out there as to avoid it, but pitch a called strike. This one is taken foul by Minzer, 0-2. 45th pitch of Wilson's day.
Both these pitchers pretty much mirroring each other, Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the game goes.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him chasing low out of the zone. First out of the 4th. Another K for Wilson. That's his 5th of the day. And here's Brady Burzell, 1 for 1 today and a run scored. Singled back of the 2nd inning to right field. This one is taken right back to the pitcher Wilson. Wilson will overhand, flick of the wrist over to first to Lewis for out number 2. Quick out there of Burzell and Sean Hudak, Chargers' last hope here in the 4th.
This has been the MO for the Chargers. They kind of like look quiet, look like they're asleep, and then all of a sudden they'll have an inning where we'll score like 8 runs.
Called a strikeout. I was watching that Laurel game, Al, after the fact, but I did not look at the final, so I was watching with great anticipation as if it was live. As Hudak takes ball 1, it's 1-1 to Hudak, and what a roller coaster of emotions in that game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong game
Chargers
to do that with.
Scored and Laurel would score, and the Chargers would score. Yeah, and
that one's.
Then the Chargers took the lead, and they had the lead for most of the game, and then Laurel comes back and
they take the lead, and I'm like, well, they're not going to be able to figure it out in the 7th, and then they did.
What an exciting ending, though.
Oh, man.
A walk-off walk.
I love it. Talk about the most famous walk-off walk at Youthtown, at least in recent memory. This one is
be foul.
Foul down the right field line. Hudak battling now. It's 2-2.
Two and 2.
Wilson deals. Went after that one, and it is foul. Phil McCarron wanted to assist that. Wanted to assist in calling that ball fair. But Hudak had rounded the first base bag, he was so sure.
It was very close, so, I mean, I can't tell. We can't tell from where we're at. We're looking right down first base to second base line.
Count remains 2-2. Deshaun Hudak 2 away here in the 4th. Wilson pulled back, and he delivers a fired strike three. Swing and a miss on Hudak, but definitely reached back there, did Wilson, for that strikeout. Strikeout number 6. And the fourth, still 2-1. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth when we come back on the OLSH Sports Network. The fourth, we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-1, Southside and OLSH. Rams lead the Chargers with OLSH. Matt Fargo with you on a beautiful day in Hookstown for baseball.
My only complaint is the sun is too bright on the computer. I'm gonna have to devise like a little visor. That's what I have to do.
Oh, you might be able to sell that, Al. You might just have made an invention. You know, like I feel like broadcasters and PA announcers and people who use technology in the sun would appreciate that.
I brought my umbrella get up, but with my little attachment and everything, but I can't get that hooked up to be right.
First pitch to Jacob Ziegler. Lead things off here at the bottom of the fourth, taken for ball 1 as Quinn Santelli goes back to work. That was his 51st pitch of the ball game. And this one's taken to left field, and Wetling ranges over and makes the catch.
Nice job by Braden. Little running catch there.
Glove across the body. Make that one.
Running over toward the line. Makes the out.
One away here in the fourth. And here's Ryder Go, the second baseman. Grounded out to Santilli at the mound.
Take strike 1.
First appearance. And that second one bounces up and hits the catcher paraphernalia of Brazil.
Tools of ignorance.
Yes.
We say that lovingly.
Right. 2-1 as that one bounces up. Quinn is moving quick. Misses there too. But I think when he gets it behind and counts like this, he wants to hurry up and get there. He needs to take a minute.
As he did
adjust, yep. Walk to the back of the mound, and here's the 3-1, and there he goes. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and the count full. Foul tip, but dropped out of the mid of Brazil.
Just enough.
Huh.
You heard that little ting. Sounded like a hockey shot off the goalpost. Ting.
Quinn took a long walk around the mound, and now another payoff pitch. And this one's grounded foul, and we'll do it all over again.
Look out down there. Craig Campbell jumped out of the way of that one.
The umpire was asking for something.
I think the ball down there. He wants the ball taken out of play, which I get.
Yeah.
The freshman we talked about at the beginning of the game, Ryan Danino, runs down to pick it up.
Another payoff. This one's laced down the line and left. Wetling will gather And it's a one-out single for Ryder Go.
That's a great job by Go for the hit and a great job by Wentling to hold him to a single.
Nice piece of hitting.
Yeah.
Andrew Medea. Pickoff attempt, and this one gets away from K-Balls. And Medea, or Go rather, is going to end up at second anyway.
Got to give Quinn the air on that one.
I'll be curious to see what way that one goes. As Hunter Go made it to second. 0-1 to Medea, who was hit by a pitch. He'd take this one up the middle into center field. Runner waved home. Go. Hansen struggled with it. It will be an RBI single for Andrew Medea, and it is 3-1 Southside.
Still only one out here.
Good job, Medea.
They picked him off once the first time he got on in the second inning.
And Cole McCoy is 0 for 1 today with the strikeout. Showing bunt. Ball one.
We called that a ball. I thought he
That's what
bunted.
I thought he said.
Thought he bunted through that. Yeah, he called it a strike.
He did. So 0-1. Oh, he called foul is what he called.
Oh, okay.
That makes more sense. Pickoff attempt at first base, and Medea back in time.
He said, "You picked me off once, shame on me." He's off about 3 feet. He's got the nerves now. Timeout called.
And
I think they're complaining about Quinn. I think they're wanting the balk called on Quinn.
I mean, but it's not a good look when a coach yells out to an umpire, "We talked about this."
Yeah.
In the middle of play. It's something that you maybe addressed between innings. And Phil McCarron wants to go out there and talk about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good, is what I'm saying.
Right. You don't get out in the middle of the field and say, "We talked about this." Craig Campbell's going to be close to getting tossed here. He's right in the face of the umpires yelling.
I actually think that they're mad at K-Balls for. Oh no, he
wanted a balk.
Yeah.
So now, Craig Campbell's coming all the way over to first base.
This is crazy.
They're saying Cables is in foul territory.
Oh.
Dan, stay out of that, babe.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah, but I agree with you, Matt. You don't go out in the middle of the field and say, "We talked about this."
Right. That doesn't sound good for anybody.
No, it's not a good look.
No. Now Phil McCarron's upset.
And now Southside's upset, but Phil's upset.
Yeah. And Phil has a reason to. This has been a delay for no reason. Well, moments like this can swing momentum in weird ways.
Absolutely. Think about 1971 and Steve Blass was having troubles finding strike zone, and Earl Weaver called out 801, and all of a sudden he was unhittable.
Ball's in the dirt there for Quinn. It's 1-1 to Cole McCoy. There's a runner on first, one out.
One run in.
One run in. It's 3-1. Southside leads here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Popped up out of play. 1-2. Yes, it wasn't addressing Quinn. It was addressing Van.
Van, yeah.
The Southside native himself.
Yeah, and the first base coach, he was like in the face of the umpire pointing at him. And it was like yelling at him. And I'm like, I'm surprised he's still in the coaching box.
Right.
If I'm umpiring, he's gone.
Ground ball, weakly hit the foul down the third base line. Count remains 1-2 to the 8-hitter Cole McCoy, who's 0 for 1 today. Santelli has already struck him out once. Pickoff attempt again. Diving back to first is Medea, and he does not want to get caught with his hand in the cookie jar a second time.
No, he's not getting a very big lead. He's only off about 5 feet.
Fought off again by Medea. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went after it. McCoy didn't want to. Second strikeout for McCoy and the third of the day for Santelli. 2 away, 9-hitter Eric Conti, 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center. Runner on first. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fastball went past him.
Yeah, a little bit late on that one.
Runner takes off for second. Ball was high. Throw to second, not in time. And Medea has a stolen base, returning the favor of a pickoff earlier today. Runner in the scoring position with 2 away. 2 out of the 3 runs today have come with 2 outs. That one just misses. 2-1 on Conti. Man, just missing.
No, he's not missing by much.
3-1.
If anything, it was up out of the zone.
Popped up, shallow center. Brazell calling off everybody, and he'll make the catch to get out of the inning. We go to the 5th. And looks like Coach is not done talking to the umpires. We'll be back with what is sure to be a thrilling few innings here as Southside has the lead on the Chargers 3-1, and you're listening to it here on the OLSH Sports Network. Top of inning number 5 here on the OLSH Sports Network, 3-1. With OLSH, Matt Fargo with you. Getting a little bit interesting now that some tempers have flared on both sides. Nothing out of the ordinary of baseball and being competitors.
Right. Yeah. Competitive juices are flowing.
Yes. Yeah. That's okay.
Yep.
And neither way is it gone outside of the realm of sportsmanship. I feel like sometimes when we talk about this, it sometimes gets taken for that. Yeah.
Right.
But you could be competitive and still be sportsmanlike.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's what happened here.
Absolutely. Both teams want to win, and both coaching staffs want to protect their guys.
Mm-hmm.
Understandably so.
So the man in question will lead off here for the Chargers. How in baseball? How's that? It happens all the time.
Oh man, and his Van Cables to the plate, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. There's a cold strike there for Van.
That's his bugaboo at the plate. He's just like one of those big hitters that you think of. It's a strikeout or big hit.
Missing low, 1-1, is Wilson. Well, it's pitch 55 for Wilson on his ledger today.
Yeah, Van leads the team in strikeouts with 13 coming into the day, so 14 now.
Low in the zone, 2-1. And when I'm curious, just from the mental side of things, as we get the 2-1 pitch, who is it more strain on? As this one is taken into left field, base hit for Van. Just to finish that thought, I was curious. Do you feel more pressure as the hitter when you know the pitcher, or the pitcher when you know the hitter? I think that that could go either way.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know. I know when I played and I was batting against my buddy, it was like I got to get a hit. I don't know. I don't know if I felt pressure, but it was.
I think Van's going to get ran for here.
Yeah. Is that Cody Lane? Colby Lane? Yep.
Yeah. So Lane will run for Cables at first. And this is Chad Minton, designated hitter.
So you got a freshman at first running. You got a sophomore at the plate. Chargers going young here.
And I think the other thought of hitter versus batter, when you know each other, it's probably more pressure on whoever's
pitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, it probably depends on how good the pitcher is versus how good the hitter is.
True.
Misses for ball 1 for Minton. Chargers trail by 2 here in the 5th inning. Rams struck for 2 in the first. Chargers got 1 back in the second. Rams got 1 more last inning in the 4th. Runner takes off, swing and a miss strike. Throw down to second. Oh, man, they call him out. That was...
Goes 2-6.
It's a good throw by the freshman Ziegler, but I thought it bounced to Fisher, and Fisher applied the tag late.
I did too. That's what Colby was pointing.
Yeah.
The umpire would have none of it. But that's not what we talked about.
Fair. 1 away in the 5th, so the leadoff guy goes away. That hurts the Chargers.
Yeah.
Big time. I don't know that I would have.
I don't know if I'd have run there.
Yeah. Call it a strike. 2-2. Oh no, strike 3.
Well, the scoreboard was wrong.
Yep, and so was our app.
Yeah.
Well, I probably didn't count that strike that on the pickoff. 2 away quickly in the 5th. And here's Santelli, who's 0 for 1 today with the strikeout. Quinn looked for it, and he went fishing on it, 0-1.
Seven strikeouts for Wilson today.
Yeah, he's been great on the bump for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the zone, and Santelli hangs off of it, and it's 0-2. He's in the hole. Called strike 3.
Oh, that was below the zone. But
another strikeout. Strikeout number 8 for Wilson. He is dealing for the Rams, and the Rams have a 3-1 lead. We're going to the bottom of the 5th here on the OLSH Sports Network. Bottom of inning number 5 on the OLSH Sports Network. 3-1 Southside. The advantage. When Santelli back out for a 5th inning of work.
And top of the order again. 3rd time that Tyler Staub gets the lead off.
That's right.
How many times that happened in a baseball game?
Not typical. Here's a called strike.
1-1.
Leadoff batter Tyler Staub is 0 for 2 today. Flew out to left and struck out. Here's 1-2. Staub's strikeout was like disinterested.
Yeah, he was like totally out of step, out of time.
And there's a second strikeout of Staub as Santilli starts the 5th inning of work the same way he did back in the 3rd. One away here in the 5th. R.J. Fisher 0 for 2 today. Line out to right, pop out to right. Takes ball 1. 1-0 pitch, misses in the zone. Upstairs, 2-0. R.J. Fisher came in batting .579. And takes this one hard. Backhanded by Williams. Williams throw, pulls him off the bag, does K-balls. But a great stab there by Williams. Thought that was going to find its way, but Williams just couldn't.
I don't know if he gets him anyway. That was in the hole.
It was going to be
very
impressive play.
I'm giving him a hit. I'm giving him an infield hit.
And the
what's the official score?
The official score agrees with you. Back pickoff attempt at first, and back in time is Fisher.
And we talked about this.
Now, if they end up calling this now.
probably saying, you better call a balk because that first base umpire is going to take me out in the parking lot if you don't call a balk.
So the umpire is now coming over
to talk
to each
Phil.
other, or now they're going over to talk to Phil. Is this a Quinn issue of when he's throwing pickoffs?
Well, it's not been Quinn so far. It's been Van. I watched Van that time. He was set up perfectly. So I don't know what the issue is now. And this was not brought up by Southside. This was brought on by the umpires.
Right.
So.
This is embarrassing.
So it's going back to the same issue that the first base coach brought up last inning.
I'll tell you what, nobody knows the rules better than Phil.
No,
So,
right.
I mean, he reads that book inside and out. So if there's a rule out there that he doesn't know about, I want to know about it.
And Southside is arguing for a balk. That is clearly what they would like.
Yeah, but the issue here, Matt, is they didn't even start this issue, this one. This was brought on by the second, the
But it's the
fielding
same
up.
issue.
Same issue.
It's the same issue that.
Same issue, but Van was set up perfectly. He was
Yeah,
not.
I don't know that it was just Van. I think it's Quinn, because a balk wouldn't have anything to do with Van.
Well, if he's in foul territory, it's
Then
balk.
it would be. Yeah. Okay. Well. But I thought that had something to do with Quinn. Maybe it's still Van.
They're going to send him down.
They're sending him.
Saying a balk, but I don't know. I don't know what the balk was. You heard the fan? They already talked about it. So
That's what's not going to look good from the other side of it. There's a way to handle it, and yelling that out is not the ideal one.
Right.
But it still works for Southside. Credit to them. There's a called strike. Carter Wilson is at the plate. Wilson walked and scored in the first and singled back in the third. And he goes and fishes for this one. It's weakly hit to Williams. He'll scoop it up, gun it over to first base. Runner moves over to third, and Fisher 2 away here in the fifth. Could have been a tailor-made double play just for playing devil's advocate and people moving up and over.
No doubt.
Here's Casey Lewis. Lewis, the triple and a run scored, struck out his last plate appearance in the third.
He's been a thorn in the Chargers' side today with that triple.
Yep. Swinging through that one. Quinn reared back on that one. 0-2.
Oh, yep.
Got him looking once, swinging the second time. And Quinn can make this all a moot point.
Yep, no doubt. And
swing and a miss, strike three, and it's all a moot point. At least in this inning. Quinn gets the K, and we go to the sixth. Southside 3, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart 1. And you are listening to Charger Baseball here on the OLSH Sports Network.
Hey, for more information on the OLSH Chargers, for rosters, stories, and more, visit www.olshathletics.org. We want to send a special thanks out to our website sponsor, Covenant Financial Advisors. Also, you want to save the date for the annual Mooncrest Bingo will be held at the OLSH AAC on Saturday, May 18th. That's this Saturday. Doors open at 5 p.m., early birds at 5:30, And regular bingo starts at 6. Tickets are $10 for 12 games of bingo. Hope to see you there. Chargers come up here in the 6th inning. It will be Hanson, Williams, and Brazell. That's 9-1-2 due up for the Chargers. Trailing by 2, 3-1. Wilson has been dealing here today for the Rams. And I think we're going to get an update.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Van playing in foul territory would be a balk. Apparently the umpire had told them that he could stay that way and then went back on that.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
That's what I got.
So, okay. So the umpires.
You know what? And it's so hard. I mean, baseball, especially at this level, is so hard. But you need to stick with one side or the other.
Yep.
You know that. The worst thing is confusion. As Hanson showed, Butt pulled it back for ball one. Start off this 6th inning. Hanson went fishing on that one. Couldn't get the bunt down, 1-1. Hanson's 0 for 1 today, strikeout.
Yeah, McCoy's playing way in on third base for the Rams.
Called a strike. 1-2.
First baseman Lewis was even with the bag. He backs up a couple steps now as McCoy's now even with the bag.
Ball misses inside. 2-2. Left-handed batting Hanson.
Yeah, when you get Chargers, runners have been a premium today for the Chargers. They need a couple base runners here.
And they'll, maybe get one, as that one was taken for ball 3, so it's 3-2. Hanson's run this counted. Wilson in jeopardy of walking the 9-hitter here. Top of the order due up for the Chargers in the 6th. That dreaded 9 spot.
Cable's in the bullpen warming up for the Chargers.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout there for Wilson. 1 away in the 6th.
Second time Hanson just struck out today.
9th strikeout of the day for Wilson. It's been impressive. That strikeout pitch was pitch 70. And here's top of the order, Geno Williams to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Reached base on an error by the center fielder, and he swings through the first pitch for a called strike.
Yeah, he centered that ball up to center field he reached on, but that should have been caught. But he hit it solid.
Went down in the zone, and Williams swung through it, 0-2. Behind in the count here.
Strike 3.
Called strike 3. Strikeout 10 of the day for Wilson. In the last 4 innings, 5 innings now, he's had 2 strikeouts in each of the innings. It's a called strike as Brandon Brazell tried to lean out of the way of it. Called a strike of the inside portion of the plate.
Yeah, the first inning, Chargers went down 1-2-3, but no strikeouts, and there's 2 strikeouts every inning after that.
Holds there. They check. No.
It was pretty close, huh?
Southside fans having fun. 1-1 pitch coming here for Brandon Brazell.
Well, I thought that hit him.
Yeah.
It hit something. I'm assuming that was a ball because he didn't say strike.
No, he didn't go.
He didn't go. He's still up there, 2-1.
That's a weird. There's been some goofy stuff today, Al.
There has.
2-1 pitch. Weakly hit to right field. Right fielder Medea underneath it to retire the side. In order. Chargers go quietly in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Rams have the 3-1 lead here on the OLSH Sports Network. Bottom of inning number 6 on the OLSH Sports Network. With OLSH, I'm Matt Fargo, bringing you Charger baseball from Hookstown this evening now. You weren't able to make the trip out here. Hope to see you at Youthtown tomorrow. Game 2 of this 2-game series on the network. OLSH, have the call with you.
Yeah, Grant Kalish will be in the booth with me tomorrow. We'll have video action for you up there. So last inning we saw Van Cable's warming up. Santilli takes the rubber here in the bottom of the 6th, but Cables is ready if we need him.
Ziegler leads things off here for the Rams in the 6th. He's 1 for 2 today, singled, lined out. Called a strike. Quinn back to work. It's pitch 85 and now pitch 86. Taken for ball 1, 1-1. 2-1. Strike 2 called. One ball, 2 strike pitch. Ground ball to Williams at short. On to first, 1 away. Gino makes those. I mean, that ball basically hit right back up the middle.
Yeah.
Just to the right of the second base bag. Williams just ranging over. Making quick work of it.
Yeah, he's smooth out there. He really is.
Williams, or I beg your pardon, Santilli throwing to Ryder Go, and Go took that first base pitch foul down the third baseline. Go today, 1 for 2. The ground out back to Santilli and a single and a run scored.
It was taken for a ball, 1-1.
Called a strike. 1-2. Chargers have been caught with a couple of those today. Umpire strike zone has gotten pretty low.
That one's off the plate.
2-2. Quinn approaches 100 pitches today. All in the dirt. Full count.
But on another note, what a glorious day.
Oh, man.
It's beautiful out here.
Ground ball to second. Burzell over to first.
Well, he almost
and K-balls.
He almost nonchalant that a little bit too much.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, Al. You know, what's that Mike Tomlinism? Routine things routinely.
Yeah.
Medea to the plate, takes ball one. Medea today hit by a pitch and singled. Has been picked off and has a stolen base. He's had a topsy-turvy day.
He's had an eventful day. he's had a baseball kind of day.
Yes. There's a called strike. 1-2. Andrew Medea, the 7th hitter in the Southside lineup, 2 away here in the 6th. Fouls it away to stay alive. Right fielder for the Rams. Sam Zyron went and fetched a loose ball there behind the backstop. And Quinn delivers a called strike 3 to get the 3rd out of the 6th. But the Chargers will need 2 if they want to keep playing baseball today. And we have the answer of if they do on the back half of this. It's Southside 3, the Chargers 1 here on the OLSH Sports Network. Welcome back. Top of the 7th. Chargers need 2. Trailing 3-1 here at Southside. In jeopardy of losing their first section game of the season. They come in 4-0. Southside is 2-3. They are one of 2 teams in the section to have 3 section losses already this year. Southside and New Brighton. The Chargers already have a win over New Brighton, so that's the bright spot of if the Chargers can't get a run here, or get 2 anyway. But could certainly make things interesting the rest of the stretch, and that's baseball for you.
Yep.
You know?
And you said it earlier in the broadcast, Matt. I mean, it seems like every year that's what this section does. They just beat each other up, and it comes down to issues, and not issues, but it comes down to the final games usually. Who gets in, who gets out. But here we go.
It's been an impressive pitching performance from Carter Wilson. Wilson has done a great job. The Chargers have had 3 base runners today. One of them has scored, and scored in an unconventional way.
He's only given up 2 hits to the Chargers.
Here's Owen Minzer trying to get it going and swings through the opening pitch. And this is where, you know, that adrenaline for a pitcher that's dealing.
Yeah, I can take you through the last inning.
Swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2.
He swung right over the top of that one. First one was a heater. That was definitely a breaking pitch that ducked down underneath the Owens bat. 0-2.
Misses out of the zone, 1-2. That was the 80th pitch for Wilson today.
Wow, 80 pitches. That's impressive in its own.
No doubt. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike three, his 11th strikeout of the day.
On that same breaking pitch.
Lemon strikeouts for Wilson. It has been impressive.
Brady Brazell at the plate. He has one of the 2 Charger hits today.
Came in to score.
Yeah.
Back in the second inning. Takes
Oh, strike.
a strike. It was a very nonchalant umpire called strike there.
Yeah.
That one's bouncing up to the plate. 1-1. Chargers second baseman.
Tell you what, there's Jacob Ziegler, freshman, behind the plate. He's doing a good job back there.
He has
for
done a nice
Southside,
job. Popped up foul and out of play.
Freshman doing a good job as a backstop. He's got a hit on the day.
Got him chasing one in the dirt. He'll have to throw down to first to get the out. There's 2 away. Chargers down to their final out today. Strikeout and a 2-3 put out.
And Wilson keeping with his form, getting 2 more strikeouts here this inning. As you said, Matt, since the first inning, he didn't get any strikeouts. He has 2 strikeouts in every inning since.
And 12 on the day. Sean Hudak takes a cold strike. I guess in the Laurel game, Wilson was pulled out with the Rams leading 4-0, and then Rams ended up giving up 5 runs in the 7th inning and lost the game 5-4. That one gets past Ziegler.
Yeah.
1-1. And someone is getting told to
quiet down.
Yep. And Phil McCarron wants to talk.
Again, that's not, we talked about that.
I don't know. There's a conversation going on with the home plate umpire and Phil McCarron. All of the Chargers are now moved in to the dugout. They were all up against the fence. 1-1 to Sean Hudak. 2 away in the 7th. Chargers trail 3-1. Chargers hoping for some 2-out magic, and now they're down to the final strike. It's 1-2.
Too much fun. We get to do it again tomorrow, Matt.
Man, K-Balls, if Hudak were to get on, is on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's your ball game. Hudak goes down on strikes, and Southside gets a big win at home. Hands the Chargers their first loss in the section, 4-1 now. And Southside moves to 3-3. They're back to 500 in Section 2 play. And will create some interesting scenarios throughout the rest of this 2024 campaign. We'll step aside and collect ourselves and give you the final numbers. Al will have all the tallies for you. You've been listening to Charger Baseball. They fall today 3-1 to Southside here on the OLSH Sports Network. All right, post-game show here. The Chargers dropped to the Southside Rams. Final score 3-1 in Hookstown today. Al, I mean, just one of those games where defensively, I didn't think that there were that many issues. I think it was just a day that you face a mount opponent that has his stuff, and you clearly just didn't have your stuff in terms of plate approaches. I thought everybody was, taking the pitch that was right down the middle of the zone and then chasing the pitch that was out of the zone, and then you find yourself getting behind in counts quickly, and I think that was part of what the issues were today for the Chargers, and what was one that is just going to be like, in the grand scheme of things, okay, but it's just one you could have had if things bounce your way a little bit more. But again, baseball.
I couldn't agree more. It's not like the Chargers played a terrible game. Sometimes you just run into a buzzsaw, and today Carter Wilson had it going. He pitches a two-hit, one-run game, and the Chargers just couldn't get anything going against Carter Wilson. And sometimes you play a game where you just got to tip your hat and say, you were the better team today.
Right.
And I think that's what just happened today. Good news is Shelty likes to say, take a shower and we'll come back tomorrow. Wash it off, and we'll come back tomorrow at Youth Town and we'll get to do it again. A couple different pitchers, and again, you were talking to Phil that Zay is going to get the start tomorrow for the Chargers. I'm excited to see the lefty go for the Chargers and see what he can do after coming back from his injuries, and maybe it'll be a different game. So Chargers, as you said, dropped their first game in section. They've now dropped 4 altogether. They go to 5-4 overall, 4-1 in section, and depending on what Seton LaSalle did today, could fall a game behind Seton LaSalle. They were tied with Seton at the top of the section. Southside trying to work their way up. They are now probably tied with Laurel as they move into the standings. But it started out. Chargers came up, go down 1-2-3 in the first. Southside comes up bottom half of the first and looked pretty good. First two batters fly out, and then it started a walk and a triple, 1 run in, and then a single brought in the second run. It's 2-0 Southside. And then the Chargers come up in the top of the second. Thought, okay, this game is going to go back and forth. The Chargers lead off with a single by Brady Burzell, and they small balled him, stolen base in an error, and a wild pitch, and he comes in to score, and it's 2-1 after 2. It stayed that way until the 4th inning, when both the pitchers settled down and allowed a couple base runners, but nothing really happening. And then with 1 out, Ryder Go singled, and then got the second base on a throwing error on a pickoff attempt by Quinn Santelli. And then a single by Andrew Mahita drove in Go, made it 3-1, and that's the way it ended. Nothing was going on, but I'll tell you, as you said, Matt, Wilson was it 12 strikeouts he had
13.
today? 13 strikeouts today.
And no walks.
Yeah, not a single walk. So, again, you just got to tip your hat sometimes and say, Wilson had it going, and he was the better player today.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers only able to get 2 hits, and
they only gave up 6 of their own. So
right, and but you only have 3 base runners. So a guy that is throwing the way that he was throwing today, you want to work counts a little bit more and make him throw some pitches. That was the other thing, that he was so economical with his pitches.
Yeah.
Just 84, I think he ended up with. So, there's things to adjust, and I think too, when you're favored, baseball is the sport you really can't scoreboard watch, and I think the Chargers might have been guilty of that today. They know that Laurel took care of them twice. Well, we took care of Laurel. This should be a walk in the park, and it isn't the way baseball goes, especially when you have a guy who's throwing the way that Wilson threw today. So those are parts of being a teenager and being a high school baseball player, and you got to overcome those things. But you can't take anybody in this section lightly. You should have learned that from last year. And hopefully the Chargers do and bounce back tomorrow and get one back at home and try to make the Youth Town rocking for the first time this year and
it's
get a win.
Decent weather. Hope to see all the fans out there. And again, of course, if you can't, Grant Kalich and myself, Al Lesh, will be in the broadcast booth and bringing you all the action. Matt will be doing his thing on the PA mic and making it fun for everybody. But just to let you know, busy week coming up. Again, we got the game tomorrow against Southside, the back half of the home and home at 5:30 at Youthtown. Then on Wednesday, weather permitting, again, I have to say that because Wednesday is supposed to get some rain. But it's scheduled a home game for the girls. Softball taking on Beth Center at 5:15. Grant Kalich and I will have that one for you. And then I'm going to make the trip down to Bentworth on Friday at 3:30, an early game. 3:30. I got to leave. I got to have breakfast and take off for Bentworth. Set up for that one. But, yeah, we'll have the softball game down there, and I'm told that Bentworth has a freshman phenom pitcher for the softball team that's already getting D1 looks. So that one should be interesting for the Lady Chargers and Doc Quinn and his crew. So that's what we have Monday through Friday here on the OLSH Sports Network. Hope you can join us and cheer on these Chargers.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting back out to Youthtown. It's been a while, Al, so thanks for having me back today.
It was a blast.
Keeping the streak alive, 18 years strong now. I've done one on this network, so thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem, and it was like a blast from the past, brother.
It's scary to know that this year's seniors were born the first time I did a game now. That's a little scary.
and the cool thing is I always like doing, I call them audio, but they're like a radio broadcast.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Baseball is the one sport where the audio broadcast works.
Yeah.
So.
Nope, totally agree.
All right, that being said, the Chargers fall to the Rams here at Southside, 3-1 actually it was an exciting game if you take it down to the numbers.
We talked about this, Al.
I know. You're right. Here I go. I'm rambling again. All right, Chargers lose 3-1. We'll see you tomorrow night from Youthtown on the OLSH Sports Network. On behalf of Matt Fargo and myself, have a good night, everybody. Enjoy this great weather. We'll see you tomorrow night out at Youthtown. Rambling on.
No.